12.1 is right around the corner. We can expect it to hit the PTR by mid-June and go live likely the second week of August, give or take. So now is the time to talk about Retribution heading into the next patch. We're going to cover some general Retribution feedback and my wish list for the season. I think the best place to start is with tuning in general. Ret hit its high point early on this season, and other classes have since gotten buffs. Ret stayed flat and now is one of the lower melee as far as performance goes for the season. I think we've done okay, but when we're talking raw numbers, we're definitely towards the bottom. Numerically, we've been acceptable enough, but I think that some ability rebalancing definitely makes sense for us. Our Apex talent overshadows a lot of the kit in both AoE and single target, and I get that Blizzard wants these to be shiny new tools, but it came at the cost of devaluing the core of our kit. I personally would like some power shifted out of the conal effect and moved into other parts. So let's talk what specific tuning I would like to see. So Divine Storm needs a big lift. Right now it does a pathetic amount of damage and should absolutely be tuned to be the preferred spender on 2 targets in all situations. Similarly, Hammer of Wrath should be tuned up to be a more meaningful contribution of our DPS. Keep in mind, this ability is only usable during Avenging Wrath, and right now with its current tuning, it's just unexciting. Using a current example, here's a log of the Beleren burn phase on Mythic. It only did shy of 8% of my damage in that window. Hammer of Wrath can only be used during that window. So why doesn't it hit like an absolute truck when available? And the last tuning specific note I'll make here is Final Verdict should also be tuned up. I've always said that Ret's gameplay tends to be best when spenders do meaningful damage, and I think we're close, but we aren't quite there yet. Ret gets a lot of its damage from a lot of places, and spenders, while an important part of it, it should be markedly higher. So let's talk about specialization specific talents. As of today, we have quite a few flex points, but they're mostly low impact. Honestly, this is probably the most talent choice we've had in a long time. And this isn't a bad situation to be in, but I think there are still some duds that could use some positive adjustments. We'll go one by one here and just briefly touch on them, but the first one on the list is Empyrean Power. This got absolutely gutted as we headed into Midnight. And historically, this has been a really enjoyed talent. People like procs, and this was a good proc. The problem currently is the proc rate doesn't scale with additional targets, and the Divine Storm damage is just too low. So it's not good on single target, it's not good on AoE, and every other talent is just going to do more damage. You're never going to pick this thing. This could be easily fixed by doing 2 things. You turn up the proc rate, and then also boost the Divine Storm damage. If it's a meaningful contribution to damage, people are going to take it and it's going to find usage. That's what I want to see. On the other side of the coin here is Empyrean Legacy. So this one, we've taken it all the time this tier. It's functional, but the only reason we take this is because Crusade is locked behind this node. Divine Storm is very weak, and we get a whopping 1 Divine Storm a minute for this, and 2 if you take Radiant Glory. That feels a bit lackluster for a talent, and I don't really have a great fix for this one. It might make sense to revisit this talent in between expansions, but right now it feels extremely weak for being a node this far down the tree. And I think the most disappointing talent node we have right now is Judge, Jury, and Executioner. This one's been new in Midnight, and on paper it looks great. This is a spender refund and 5% finisher damage. I mean, who doesn't love more finisher damage and who doesn't love Holy Power back? Sounds great, right? Yeah, well, in reality, our spenders are weak and our other nodes are just flat out better and will give a more meaningful contribution to damage. I mean, the fix for this is just a simple percent buff. It's an uninteresting solution, but it does work. And I'd like to have the capstone be competitive at some point in this expansion. And I'll briefly mention hero talents. I'm fine to play Templar all the time. Herald of the Sun is closer than it was before, but the situation for every single class, for the most part, and us included, is we're just going to play what is numerically best, unless the damage profile is different. So when the damage profile is the same between both of the specs, you're only going to pick what does more damage. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. What do you want to play in 12.1? So the last thing we can look forward to in 12.1 is going to be a new tier set. I mean, outside of the visuals, usually we get some cool stuff here. Historically, Blizzard's used tier sets as a place to experiment and sort of test the waters, especially in the second and third seasons of an expansion. Liberation of Undermine gave us winning streak, and for us, we were able to spam our finishers for a brief period of time. Manaforge Omega gave us hero talent specific bonuses, and then for Templar, we were able to send 2 Hammer of Lights back to back. Looking back at both of those, Manaforge Omega definitely had the more fun of the two, but they were both good overall. They impacted our rotational moment-to-moment decision-making and gameplay, and that's what a tier set should do. We're likely to see a similar type of tier set in Season 2 of Midnight, and since hero talents took a bit of a backseat here, and I'd bet that the Apex talent is going to be what our tier set is going to focus on. For most classes, this would likely be a good outcome, but for us, I'm a little concerned. It would definitely be dangerous to put more weight into anything Blade of Justice related. It's already so incredibly strong, and too much power in a builder puts our ability priority in a really weird place. I think a safer play and something that I would probably prefer would be having a tier set focused on Judgment and Hammer of Wrath instead. Hammer of Wrath got a really cool visual update, and for me, I like it when that button does lots of damage. So maybe give it a cool interaction, let it do something fun and new, I don't know, play with it and experiment. Another area that they might dabble in is using Wake of Ashes as something that's focused on. Maybe a second charge, maybe a damage amplification window. I don't know. They've done some cool stuff in the past. They're probably going to do some cool stuff here too. We should see in a few weeks, but my hope is really whatever the bonus is, as long as it adds some excitement and makes our rotation fun, it'll get 2 thumbs up from me. If you've enjoyed this type of content, make sure to subscribe and check out the Discord. And for those that do want to support the channel more, Patreon's going to be the best place to do it. You get some cool additional perks like log review, Jesir radio, and more. Check it out. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.